Hello and welcome to another quick look. This time I'm taking a look at the Stonehearth by Radiant Entertainment. And the Stonehearth is a colony builder game, or management game. If you have played games like Dwarf Fortress, Nemoria, Rimworld, you know what the game is about. So you have a bunch of people, gnomes, dwarves you start with, and then you build a colony from scratch, survive against some enemies, and just make the dream colony of yours. And Stonehearth is very much on the same game genre as those are, but it's more fantasy based, and it's also graphically a lot different from those. I'll show you once we go into the game. So let's get the new game going. I'll show you how the game spins around a bit and explain a few things for you. So you can choose between normal game and the peaceful game, so basically a sandbox, and a normal game with all the dangers and goblins and stuff that attacks you, and we'll go with the normal. And as you start the game, you have this map here, randomly generated map. Each time you can roll through the map to generate a new man, and you can choose your starting location, same way as in the previous games I mentioned already. You can do it in these as well. And currently there's not that many different like biomes or anything, but it does at least give you option to choose where you go. So there's like foothills, mountains, mountain peaks, and plains and stuff like that. And then there's trees and plants, so how much forest there is around you, wildlife, that's rabbits and raccoons and foxes which you can hunt, and minerals for mining, so mountains have a lot of minerals. It shows you choosing like one tile, but it actually is a small area around the one tile, so you don't have to I want to get everything in this one tile, like the water and the mountain and everything. Well, that would be like a lake on a mountain, but you can start like here, and you will have some water very likely next to you, and some mountain here. And I think that's actually a fairly decent location, so we'll click here and settle there. So it's generating world for us. So the graphical style for this game differs from like Nemoria and those. Nemoria is a bit 3D already, but like Rimworld and Dwarf Fortress are very much 2D graphical styles. Stonehearth, on the other hand, actually uses a voxel graphics style. Let's get those. So it's fully 3D and uses this cutesy, blocky style of graphics, and it's very nice. So this is the area where we started. So you can see there's some water, some trees, there's the mountain range we saw, and some more water down there. And you can choose your starting location wherever you want. You click on the banner and choose location. I think we might pick this location right here. There's some berry bushes and water, and some flowers and trees, and a bit of open space. So you just choose a location, we'll plant our flag in there, and will be white cotton, I guess. You can choose your settlement name. So you start out with these guys, these 7. I don't know. I guess they're humans. They're not really like dwarves or gnomes or anything like that. And I guess they're humans. And that's your town center, and there's just a fire pit there, which they will light up during the night. And they are very, very cutesy like that. The graphics are very nice. So let's unpause the game. They'll just drop down things. And first things I want to do is do a stockpile here, just do like a, let's see, 10 by 10 stockpile in there, and you can choose what you want to store in there. Just gonna dump everything in there at the moment. Actually, let's change that. Caravan approaches, one moment on there. So I'm actually gonna stockpile food and drinks in a different pile, so we know more easier how much food and stuff we have. There. And as you saw this pop up here, it's one of the events in the game, so you get these notifications when things happen. And there is a caravan coming. They want me to give them 2 oak logs for 5 baskets of berries. I'm gonna accept that. So that spawns a few berries for me. They spawn at the banner. It's like a beacon for you. And let's pause again. So actually, no. So they need food to survive, and they just stockpile it there. They don't currently need any drinks or anything, so food is only required. And we have some starter gear here. So this is a carpenter's saw and a trapper's knife. And we'll change jobs. So this is your citizens here. You can click on the name and you can actually see their information. Like this guy has mind, body and spirit. 4, 3, 4. He's actually pretty average. They range from 1 to 6 what I've seen. But I think it's only the body at the moment that affects things, like the health. And you can change the names. So this will be test name, because I'm good like that. And they have a gear as well. So this guy has just a pickaxe for a small mining and cutting trees and stuff, and just a worker clothing. But she's going to be changed into a new job. So this game has a job system for your guys. These are the current jobs in the game. There's gonna be more. If you're interested what the game is gonna have eventually, you can see the roadmap from the developers website. They are very open about what they're planning for the game and how they're gonna do with that. And there's also some really good discussions on their site. So I'll recommend, if you're interested to see how the game is gonna progress from the early access towards the release day, what's gonna be in there. Also check out their Kickstarter page. So this game was kickstarted through Kickstarter successfully, and there's lots of things that were announced and promised on that one. So I would recommend checking those as well. There's some really cool stuff like epic bosses and fights and stuff in there. But anyways, let's get back to the jobs. So currently everyone in this village is workers, but they can be blacksmiths. I need requirements for that. They can be carpenters, farmers, footmen, masons, trappers, and weavers. And also, after they get level 3 on the trapper, they can become shepherds. And there's some more progression later on. There used to be a miner there before this Steam early version. So I guess this is the miner that's gonna be later on. So this guy is gonna be our carpenter. So we just approve test name to become the carpenter, and she'll go get the carpenter's saw and get this nice animation. Change her clothing, and now she's a carpenter. And Tippy Grail, we're gonna change you as well. So you are gonna be our trapper. Same thing. Well, her surname is Hunterton even, so she'll get promoted like this. And let's get some stuff done. Get some berries from those. These are berry bushes. They grow the berries again, so they're a good early source of food. There's some flowers. They also can be collected, and they grow back if you don't remove them from the map. And we need some wood, so we'll just chop down these trees here. Just queue up the system. Let's get some more. You can see up here the day is progressing, so there is a day and night system in this. During the night you might get attacked by skeletons and stuff like that, and you have to defend your village, and eventually goblins will spawn. Once your total net worth becomes high enough, the goblins will be attracted to attack you. Let's get rid of those trees as well. We'll get the mining going there. Well, at least I can show you how the mining goes. So let's speed up the time a bit on the bottom corner here, and just chop down these trees. There we go. There's gonna be a lot of clutter here from the stone and stuff. So that's the trees gone. And this is how the mining goes in this game. So you can click on the mining. Here's a mining tunnel and mining block. So you can just click on the wall here. It's a 4x4 block always. You mine, and you can use these slice tools to slice the terrain to make it easier. So you can actually just choose which elevation basically gets cut off. So if you need to tunnel into a mountain, you can just get this and then just make a tunnel in there like that. That's actually just a dirt. So this is where we actually want to the rock for all the more important minerals. And there they go, just mining in there. You could actually just build your house in there as well if you wanted to make these into dwarves. And you can keep dig different elevations, like I could make stairs up there. I could dig a hole in here. and stuff like that. You can also make ladders, so just climb up different places. So the environment is truly 3D. You can even dig into and dive into the water and do stuff with that. But be careful with that. It used to be, at least in the previous version, just a tad buggy still. The game is very much in the early access, and there is a lot of issues with the game at the moment. Lots of bugs, and some strange things happening here and there. It's also lacking a bit of content, but it's going along at very nice pace, and new features keep added every update. And well, let's wait a second for them to make the tunnel in there. They're also gonna sleep soon. Actually, while they are digging that, the carpenter could actually. So let's click on the carpenter there, and use her ability to make a workbench or workshop, carpenter's workshop, so she can make stuff out of wood. And also, let's get the trapper lady, Tippy Hunterton, and we'll make hunting grounds for her. So I'll just drag this zone in the forest here, there I guess, and we'll build some traps there. I don't even know if there is actually animals there. You can look around and see if there's animals, as long as you have discovered the area through the fog of war. There we go. So it's night time now, and we should be fine. Someone should probably go and put the lights on. He's actually coming, so he's gonna drop down this log in there, and there we go. So there is a ambient lighting system as well in the game, and you can build lanterns and torches and stuff around to light up your place and make it look really nice during the nighttime. It even sorry about that. It even does dynamically light these, so if there is something in the way of the light, it actually makes these nice shadows. So that's that. So we are mining in there. We are actually getting some stone as well, so that's good. And I think the carpenter is done, so we can queue up some stuff for the carpenter here. So let's show the workshop. Let's make a farmer's hoe so we can get some farming done. Let's get a couple wooden practice swords. They are for the footmen, so they can defend our village. And then let's make some building materials. Make a door. And let's make 4 windows. And let's make 7 beds for people to sleep in. There we go. So, and since we don't have beds or anything, they just have a nap on the floor here. They'll be fine. It's the first day, and here they'll survive. So let's speed up the time a bit. Let her work on the materials there, and wait for the daytime. There are some clouds passing. That's the shadow from a cloud. There we go. Carpenter leveled up. So these guys actually have levels as well. So extra HP and a standard catalog, which means we can work on more things in the here. So we can for example make these wall-mounted lanterns, and we need some higher level to get some more like this comfy bed and stuff like that. Let's get a couple shields as well, so the warriors can equip a shield, and that should be fine. Let's get actually a couple of wall lanterns as well, and maybe a couple of garden lanterns. Keep her busy and working. So morning should be coming anytime soon. So the thing about this game that really drew me into the game is that the building system in this game is just amazing. It's possibly one of the coolest and most complex building systems in any of these games I've ever seen. So let's wait for the night to go away fully. That's fine. So here you can build and design your own houses, block by block, to be anything you like. And there are some already made designs. Some of these are actually my own made designs, but there's like dining halls and tiny cottages and stuff like that. Let's make a dining hall. Actually, no, let's make the... what's it called? Shared sleeping quarters. So this is one of the pre-made buildings. I'll show you how to make your own building after this. So I'll just put it here, I guess. Yeah, that looks like a nice spot for a house. So I'll just queue it there, and you see what you need for it. Wooden logs, a couple of lanterns, some beds, wooden doors, and window frames. So we'll build that, start building. And we got our daily update. So every day you get your daily update here, which shows you the immigration report, and this is how you get more people. So we need some more food and some more net worth. Morale is good. So every day you may get a new guy, and they get progressively more difficult to get. But since we don't have any farming or anything yet, we don't really have any food source. Which actually means we'll just make her into a farmer now that we have the farmer's hoe. So you're gonna be a farmer, Cecil. So they're digging foundations for the building now, and they're making actually a wooden floor for the building as well. And we'll have this guy here become a farmer, and we can designate farming zones. So we'll just do we have the berry bushes here, so might as well do small farms here. So here's the stuff you can farm. There's turnips, carrots, corn, pumpkins, silkweed, flowers, and different flowers. So we'll do turnips here on this field, and we'll do carrots next door, and let's do corn. So he'll just get in on the job, till the land, make some farms there, and he'll plant some stuff. So here they're making the structural supports for the house and starting to work on the walls now. And they actually build these scaffoldings and ladders to automatically climb up to higher spots. So you don't need to worry about them getting stuck or anything. Well, sometimes they may get stuck, especially if your houses are very complicated. They may have some trouble getting to places. But in general, if you do very basic houses like this, there's no worry of them getting stuck or anything like that. So let's just work on the house. I'll just speed up the time a bit to show this a bit quicker. That's a trapper not doing anything. Just do. And here's some of the traps he made. There's actually some raccoons in the traps. So he'll go pick up the traps in a moment. He actually just got something there. Check the trap. Nothing there. Check the trap. Get some meat and jerky and leather. And she'll actually come and just drop them in the stockpile. So there's some of the leather pelts we got, and then some meat. So that's another source for food. And as you can see, they require food. So they'll just have a nice picnic outside, eating the food. If you build a dining room with tables and chairs and stuff, they'll actually sit on those and have a dinner on a table. And they'll actually use the other furniture as well, like the beds. So once the house is done, actually even before the house is done, they're gonna be sleeping on the beds there during the night. I think we might actually get skeletons maybe next night. Let's get those harvested for food. Caravan approaches. 6 hunks of stone for 8 baskets of corn. Let's accept that. Stone is kind of tough at the moment for me because I don't have access to up there, which I could actually easily get. We can just build a ladder there, and we can climb up to the other elevation. So there's my ladder being made, and it's that simple going to the up here. And I could now mine into the mountain, go find some veins of minerals in there. You can sometimes see them just outside here as well. There's iron and gold and silver and stuff like that. Copper you can mine, and a coal as well for some blacksmithing. So here's the scaffolding they made, and they will automatically remove this as well once the house is done. And they automatically place all the furniture and windows and doors and all that once you create them. And it seems we have a couple of these lanterns here done. So we just place an item here, put that in there. And you can also press P to get this placement menu for things. So we can just click that and put another lantern right there. And as you can see, they actually light up when the night comes, and you get some extra light in there. It doesn't really it's just a visual thing. The citizens don't need any kind of light, but it's nice to have some visual eye candy there, especially if you build some nice city. You have some lights everywhere, and it's really cool. So the beds are done, and they're starting to make the first layer of the roof. And someone is going to sleep. There we go. Good night's sleep in a newly built house. So that's how you build a house, just by using the templates. But if you want to design your own house, you can actually design a house. So we'll design a house here, and these are different parts you can do in here. So you can make a road and build a road there. We're gonna start with just a foundation or a floor for the house. We'll just use that, and it's really as simple as this. You just drag the size you want. Let's do like say 50 by 10 in there. Then you click on the walls and you choose the wall materials, stone or wood. There's different color options, different column options you have. So we're just gonna go with wooden walls with wooden columns and wooden stuff. And it's just automatically clicking on the floor, and you can do this. And there's now one level done. Then you can click on the next floor if you want to, and just let's take the brownish one and click from the corner and drag it there. So that's next floor done, and then you can click on the wall again, next floor, and so on. The game previously had some issues with very tall buildings. That was the one of the newest things they made for the game. So it might still have some issues when you build very tall buildings like this. We'll give it a go. And then you can choose a roof material as well. We'll do that one, and we'll do all directions, A and there. And you're gonna need some doors, I guess. So we'll do a door there as well. And we need some other ways. Just make any, just show it easily. We'll just add few doors in there. Check the merchant. Merchant comes every now and then selling you goods. I don't really want any of these, but you could buy them with money, and you can sell your junk back to the merchant as well. So that's my very simple house. Quickly build. You can also use this tool. You just add random blocks in there, so you can do, like I said, you can do it block by block. You could draw all kinds of things in here if you wanted to with that. And once you're done with the building, you just click on that, you finish editing, and you can actually also save these templates. So for the next playthrough, you can save it here, and you'll have this amazing house always saved for the next playthrough. So I'm just gonna start building that. Let them run in there, and they go to do your task quickly. So you can actually do very complicated houses and all kinds of very cool things. I've made walls, I've made towers, I've made multi-story buildings with different sizes of different levels. There's an armed goblin. We'll get to that in a second. And I can show you, for example, I made this. I'm not sure if it works in this version, but we'll see. So I made a replica of one of my villagers, block by block, using the building tools to make something like this. And as you can see, the building tools are very flexible for many kinds of different buildings. This is one of the things I did. I made also just a simple warehouse, 4 doors, so you can store your goods inside. What else I did? I made a breach, so I made a police will breach easily. I made an in-building, massive building like this. So, it is very, very nicely done. So, where's this goblin I've been told about? So there's an armored goblin raid coming in. This is actually not good. They are hanging around very close to me. And he's running for his life. Let's get some warriors in here. Actually, that's finished house as well. So we have a house that's completely finished here. You can peek into the houses. And you can use the slice tools for the houses as well. So you can just enable different view options. So now you can see through the walls and through the roof. And now you just see the base of the house. Very nice. And let's get these guys. You sword grail. Get weapons. The goblins are coming. There we go. And there we go. Now we have 3 warriors. And they're gonna grab and attack the goblins. I'm also gonna quickly pause the game. And I'm gonna do a town defense mode, which alarms everyone to look for trouble basically. And come help fight these goblins. And they'll do some automatic combat, just swing their swords, killing enemies like this. And you can also form parties in here, so you can create a party, add some town members there, and you can control them more directly, send them to different spots, and just slaughter the goblins. These first goblins are fairly easy, very, very easy to defend, especially these goblin workers. Ich the Awesome, designated Heart Tender, and there's another Heart Tender as well. So we'll just slaughter the goblins that came to the neighborhood. But eventually they will come with goblin leaders and better geared goblin warriors. And even wolves that will attack you. So that's basically the combat system of the game. And it's very nice, especially once you learn how to control the parties and stuff. So we can just stop the down defend mode now. And what we should do is change these guys back to normal regular villagers. They also break the goblin camp here. Although eventually you want dedicated armies that will defend you from enemies. But for now, this early game, when you can just defeat goblins basically by raising the alarm, you don't really need dedicated soldiers. But it's good to have weapons and shields and stuff available if you suddenly need it. Need that. So this is how they normally perform. They usually patrol around your stockpiles, because the enemies try to steal your stockpile, or even actually break your items in the stockpile. They just kick the items a bit and destroy them. So they'll patrol around like this, around the key areas. The farms are usually also places where they hang around, so there are some stuff growing there. So that's basically a Stonehearth in this early access version. Like I said, it's still very rough on edges, but you can have so much fun in this already. And I highly recommend checking out the Kickstarter page and the developer's website for the roadmap, and checking the discussions there where the game is heading. And I highly recommend it. I had so much fun already with the game, and I'm waiting for more updates to come to have even more fun with the game. And I think the building system and just the looks of the game is just almost revolutionary, and it's gonna be so much fun to build some epic villages and cities and all kinds of things. Your imagination is just the limit, really, when you get going. But yeah, if you don't like early access games and buggy games and games with issues, I would probably wait a bit with the game before buying, until waiting for it to be a bit more completed. But if you don't care about those and want to have some amazing builder, survival, colony management, fun. I highly recommend checking this game out immediately. So, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.